It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. And the Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
And here we are. It's Wednesday. Hope you're having a good week so far. It's a short week for a lot of us, so that's the best kind of week, right? A short week. It's a good week. So let's begin with some news.
All right. A Springfield rental company is in trouble with the law. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, says Jimmy Bell of Second Bell Trust discriminated against at least one of his tenants with unwanted sexual advances in exchange for either lower or no rental payments. The tenant and her children reported to authorities that they'd been dealing with this for years. Second Bell Trust manages multiple properties throughout Springfield. If you've ever noticed the amount of unused or uneaten food, it might bother you. It bothers me sometimes. Springfield Environmental Services, though, might have a fix. They are starting a really cool recycling program for uneaten food. The Department of Agriculture is offering up almost $300,000 in grant money so that 1,000 homes can drop off their food waste items for free at any of the city's 3 recycling locations. Then that food waste will be turned into nutrient-rich compost as opposed to going into the landfill, which is really cool. So if you're interested, you can apply for that online. This is a pilot program. You can find it at springfieldmo.gov/food scraps. springfieldmo.gov/food scraps. Because, don't you think that's cool? Why are you looking at me like that? It's cool because
I'm
it
laughing
takes
at
up,
food scraps.
Food scraps.
I think
food
scraps. I think that's funny, but it's a good idea. There is a lot of waste. We have our own.
There's
waste.
a lot of food waste. I mean, because even last week we were going to be gone for the long Labor Day weekend. So I was like, man, this food, by the time we get back, if it has not been eaten, it's going to be bad. And it takes up, I mean, they had like this whole study of how much space that takes up. And if you can compost it and then reuse it, it's like recycling food, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
Or you could freeze it before we go out of town, and then it's still good whenever we get back. That could have happened.
That works for some items.
It didn't. It didn't, though.
It works for some.
Because I was out of town. I had made a couple of chickens on the Traeger. Delicious chickens.
I would like to say something right here. In my defense, Ethan cooks like we have a family of 72. There are 5 of us.
There's 2 chickens for a family of 5. So that's good enough for a week.
One was plenty.
I had to leave in haste to go down to Florida for the hurricane.
Well,
and that was on Tuesday. I got back into town at the house here on Sunday, and all the food was still in the fridge. So I threw it out.
Nope. Okay. So I just need to, this is a story that I often have told my friends, but I feel like it's podcast appropriate because it really sets the stage for the man that you're looking at on the other side of that screen right now. We had
guy who provides for his family.
We hosted a Bible study group in our house for many, many years. There were probably, 12 people in the Bible study. I think there were 12. And he came home with 72 rolls. 72 rolls for 12 people. And I looked at him and I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, well, I'm getting rolls for the Bible study tonight. And I was like, there are 12 people coming. And he's like, well, I mean, I wouldn't want anyone to feel like they couldn't go back for seconds. I'm like, they're going to be going back for like 12ths. 72 rolls. So if you're wondering like why we waste food sometimes, it makes me sick to do it. But on the other hand, if he cooks, 72 chickens for his family of 5, some of that ain't getting eaten in 4 days' time. It's not. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're moving on with the news.
No, whoa, hold on.
But I just
feel
like you need to know what I'm up against.
We're not moving on because I'm going to add a little bit to the story. Number 1, I provided pulled pork for the entire group. I just don't show up with rolls. So the pulled pork was homemade by me for this group that we were in. And I also needed rolls. So if you like those King's Hawaiian rolls, like I like, Tell me in the comments if you like the King's Hawaiian rolls, because them's is good. I know how expensive they are in like just one batch of them, one loaf, if you will, cut up into those mini buns at the store. So what I did is I went to Sam's Club, because at the time that's all we had.
And he
We
bought
didn't have Costco.
72 for 12 people.
And I got the big thing of rolls, and we used all the rolls we needed to use. They made fun of me at the party, but they ate like King's Hawaiian rolls. And the rest of them I froze and we ate later. So that is what happened. And everybody ate to their content. Nobody
It's
had,
just
I didn't have
an
anybody saying,
indicator
'cause I've
of
been,
what my life is like.
here's the deal.
And,
I've
and
been
I'm not
at parties
complaining.
before.
It's a great life. I mean, I'm thankful.
It sounds like
but
it.
we are not going to run out of rolls, and we are not going to run out of chickens. But sometime, listen, this food scraps program, I'm going to be the first to sign up. I'm going to go online and sign up. And I can't wait. I'm actually very excited about it. They're only choosing 1,000 people. I feel like we should be, like, if they watch this at all, we'll for sure get selected. They're going to be like, they are great candidates for this program. So
that garden's going to eat good. We also didn't run out of toilet paper during COVID. So.
Oh my goodness. When you guys had no toilet paper, it was at my house. I actually felt like, to my friends, I was like, you guys, listen, if you need some, just call me.
No.
Call me.
They can get their own. Plan ahead like I did.
This was not a hoarding thing that started during COVID for Ethan. Well before the toilet paper shortage, we already had probably 1,200 rolls of toilet paper. Well before COVID even started. Anywho, we are 6 minutes in. We haven't gotten to the news. We need to move on.
Nobody cares about the news right now. I didn't bat an eye when nobody else had toilet paper. I'll just tell you that much. And I didn't get it because of COVID. I had it ahead of time because I plan ahead. And let me say this, that had we frozen that chicken, which is what I would have done, because I have the food saver deal to do it in an airtight situation, we could have had barbecue chicken nachos, which my wife seems to enjoy. Just tonight, last night, in fact, she had, for the second night in a row, some brisket nachos. But I didn't make brisket.
They're so good.
I didn't make brisket recently. That's weird. I wonder where that brisket came from. Oh, yeah, I made a bunch of brisket whenever I made it, and it was in the freezer. I rest my case.
Okay. Moving on. A new business is coming to town on West Plainview Road, right where ye old buggy bath. No, you don't. I'm not.
They know I win.
Keeps no record. Love keeps no record of wrongs.
Well,
I'm not keeping a record. I'm not keeping score. I'm moving on.
The podcast audience
West
does
Plainview Road, new business coming to town, right where the ye old buggy bath car wash used to sit. Now it's going to be the Paws and Claws pet care shop. So like a dog and cat shop is going to be opening there. They'll do doggy daycare, boarding, and have a cat lounge to boot. So that's exciting. The owner says that they are shooting to open within this year. So before the end of the year. And that's coming up soon and very soon. It's already September 6th. That's hard to believe. You think you somehow won. You didn't. You didn't. But I don't care. I don't care.
Well, no, clearly.
Prove me wrong. Moving on. Listen, I just want you to know that Springfield Environmental Services are probably going to be calling me and saying, would you please sign up for the food scraps program? And I can't wait.
I'm going to tell them no, because I'm going to freeze it. All right. Springfield is going to host a video game competition later this year. This is new. It's actually a championship event for the whole state, the Missouri Scholastic Esports Fall Brawl Championship. So it's scholastic, so schools are involved. It'll be held on December 1st and 2nd at a venue called The Riff, which is apparently located on West Sunshine, right near Classic Rock Coffee, if you know where that is, near Kansas. It's a big win for the Springfield Esports Coalition because it's only been around for less than a year, and they've already got this championship coming to town. So that's cool. This is not cool. Kansas City Chiefs fans, we have some bad news because star tight end Travis Kelce may or may not take the field and play tomorrow night for the Chiefs for their season opener at Arrowhead. He hyperextended his knee. Not sure how that's going. Coach Reed said that they'll just have to see how it goes. The Chiefs take on the Detroit Lions. And this is amazing, but Kelsey hasn't missed a game due to injury since 2013. So we're working on 10 years of him playing every single game
Yeah,
without
that's
injury.
incredible.
That's mind-boggling, really.
It
Playing
really
that
is, yeah.
sport at that level, crazy. And he catches a lot of balls and gets hit hard. So anyway, speaking of football, Joe Montana is coming to Missouri State. We told you about that. Now his trip will be delayed. Now he's going to speak at MSU's Public Affairs Conference on November 2nd. That's the new date. Montana, of course, a four-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, Hall of Famer. He was supposed to come to town this month, but had to change the date. So there it is. It will be November 2nd at Missouri State.
All right. Well, Missouri has a lot of deer right now, so get ready to hunt them. Hunters, this is for you. You can rejoice because Missouri is adding 2 new hunting seasons for the year. The Conservation Department says the deer population is, quote, abundant. So there you go. That's why they're adding the additional season. So if you're a hunter, you probably already know the dates, but you can check out the Conservation Department's website and figure out when you can go hunting, more so than in years past. All right, there's another social media trend that has proven deadly. Actually, I was going to say dangerous, but it is that, but it has proven deadly now. A 14-year-old boy in Massachusetts died after playing the one chip challenge. What is that, you say? Well, authorities say that involves eating a single tortilla chip that is seasoned with some of the world's hottest peppers. The teen did that in Massachusetts and then died a short time later. Now, officials say it's too early to know for sure if eating the chip contributed to his death, but doctors say that when people ingest capsaicin, is that how you say that? I forgot to look up the word. Capsaicin. That's an ingredient that naturally occurs in the peppers that are used on the chip. They say that the side effects can be very dangerous. In fact, there's a warning on the back of the packaging that indicates that it is not intended for children.
So they don't know, but it's weird that a child would just die.
Well, I mean, he had some issues right after he ate the chip with the peppers on it. And it says that it could be dangerous in these ways. And then he passed away. I mean, it would lead you to believe that that is in fact the case, but the official cause of death has not yet been released. I mean, but they are kind of making the correlation without outright saying it.
One time I was out on a story with old photographer, Coonrod. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
And
of course do I remember him.
We went to Wingstop, and for whatever reason, he got the hottest sauce, like a little side of it. And while we're eating wings, he shoots it, and like the hottest sauce they have. And I watched him turn beet red. I thought I was going to have to.
That's like Dumb and Dumber. That's like Dumb and Dumber, the movie.
Similar. I thought I was going to have to do the Dumb and Dumber thing and call 911 and run from the building because he was sweating. Sweat is pouring from his face. He's beet red, and he's a big guy to begin with. And I was concerned about how that was going to end up and what I was going to tell the bosses about what we were doing at Wingstop. But in it, at last, he's okay.
He survived to tell about it.
He survived it, but I don't.
Another day.
I think he learned a lesson. I don't know that he would do that again because it looked very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's pretty horrific.
And I've seen that one chip challenge before on the social media that the kids are doing, and it looks miserable. Now, some of that could be act. You always watch those videos. You're like, okay, they're putting.
I mean, I am always up for a dare, but some of them. I mean, they've got to be funny to me.
Yeah, that isn't funny.
That doesn't seem painful.
Funny. U.S. unemployment rate is up, or was up in the month of August. It climbed 3.8%, or it climbed to 3.8%, up from 3.5%, so 0.3%.
Good thing you don't
percentage
talk
point.
for a living or
I
anything
know.
like that.
Employers added about 187,000 jobs during the month, but that wasn't enough. The world revolves around computers. When they go down, we all go down. Airlines go down. That happened to United Airlines yesterday, grounding flights because of some sort of technology outage, which that's just a blanket statement. I could use that like every day. Blame it. What happened? You didn't send the report. Yeah. Technology outage. I don't know. Federal officials said that United couldn't contact airline dispatchers through the normal way that they do. So then they just stopped all the flights for a while until
I mean, I feel
they
like that would be concerning enough
fixed it.
to ground some flights if you can't get a hold of your planes. That could
Yeah.
prove problematic in the air.
Yeah. So they canceled flights and then they fixed it and flights resumed. So
All right.
all's well that ends well.
Watch out if you eat frozen banquet chicken strips dinner made by the brand ConAgra. The food could contain extraneous materials. So if you're eating one of those meals and you see something, a foreign object, don't eat it. Don't do that. And if you haven't yet opened it, then you can either throw them away or take them back to the store and get a refund. So all right. Well, we have been highlighting different fall festivals that are happening around the Ozarks. And today we're talking about the Japanese Fall Festival, which kicks off Friday evening at the Japanese Stroll Gardens near Nathaniel Green Park. There will be live music, martial arts demonstrations, a dance team, and more. Also, lots of different sorts of Japanese workshops and crafts and food. So you can head out there and have a great time at the Japanese Stroll Gardens in Springfield.
That's cool. That's a big event every fall. It draws a lot of people, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
Hey, we're also giving away Chiefs tickets, aren't we?
Yeah, I was going to say we want to tell you about our contest that we have going on. We told you last night, so we just want to mention it again. We are giving away a pair, so 2 Chiefs tickets to the game at Arrowhead. And all you have to do is go to aroundtheozarks.com and upload your favorite Chiefs picture. What do I mean by that? Well, it could be a picture of the Chiefs playing. It could be you dressed up as a Chief. It could be the cake that you're eating that is in the shape of an arrowhead. It could be whatever you want it to be. But Chiefs.
No, keep going through more examples. I like this.
It could be your dog dressed up like Patrick Mahomes with a wig on.
Right.
It could be
you with the Lombardi trophy, perhaps.
You with the trophy, kissing the trophy, drinking from the cup of the
parade.
Trophy. It could be
lots
you at
of
the
options.
parade. Yeah, lots of options.
Lots of options.
Lots of options.
Yeah,
so
really unlimited.
It's wide open. The world is at your fingertips. I don't like getting emails with like, can I get specific instructions? No, like just take it as it is.
I think you've covered it.
I feel like I've covered it well. Anywho, that's how probably my former college professors feel. I was always like, wait, can you please let me know exactly the minimum amount that I have to do on this assignment? All
okay,
right.
we win Chiefs tickets,
see you
man.
later.
I don't know where else you're going to have this many chances to win Chiefs tickets, people. So we know you're grateful. We're grateful for you watching and listening to the podcast. Sorry that we argue occasionally, but I clearly am in the right on this, and I think we can all agree that too much food is better than not enough.
All right.
Hey, if you come to my house, if you get invited to my house, you can know that you can have seconds. There's going to be enough food. You don't have to feel bad
you can
about
have
it,
12ths.
or like take the last piece of meat, because there's not going to be a last piece of meat. Not if I have anything to say about it. That's it. I'm done.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.